welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'll be doing my round 21 tips, going over last week's tips. I'll be cracking open a team coach album and a pack from no one, from myself. For the footy cards, and I'll be doing the punishment. So let's just get straight into it. Last week I got 7 out of 9. Friday night I tipped Freo and Melbourne. They looked really good. They completely destroyed the Dockers. I tipped the Pies by 18. We probably should have won by more. I'm going to be honest, there are a couple of dodgy calls in that game. But we got the job done by 6, but realistically we were the better side, and it wasn't really a close one. And then I tipped the Swans, tipped the Saints, but Hawthorn, a good, impressive comeback. Tipped the Cats. The Dogs were good, but in the first half, but the Cats, they were always going to come back. And then the Crows got the job done against the Blues in Adelaide, which was a good thing for Collingwood. And then Gold Coast beat West Coast, but a late surge from West Coast nearly had them winning the game. Then Richmond, what a comeback. Absolutely sucked in Lions fans. Sheesh, how did they choke that? But they have a really bad record at the G, so that's probably how. And then the Dons, I tipped them because I have to tip them for the rest of the year. So the margin comp winner was Fidget, and I forgot to reply to him saying that he won, and he asking him to choose punishment because he didn't leave a punishment, and I forgot, so we will be spinning the wheel to see what this week's punishment is. So let's spin. You can hear it. Come on, something not too bad, surely. Oh no, it won't land on this. So Graz has been talking. Graz keeps Graz's punishment sometimes are to talk about why his channel is the best clips channel. And look what it's landed on. So Graz is going to absolutely love this. I've got to talk about why his channel is the best clips channel, because he leaves it in the comments sometimes. So I thought, alright, I might as well chuck that on there. So Graz, his clips are just so much better than anyone else's clips. Like, Jay Dodd, his clips are rubbish. They're so bad. Oh. And by the way, I don't actually mean this. I have to do this for the punishment. Graz's his clips are just so good. They're so much funnier than all the other ones. They're the best clips you'll ever see. They're so high quality as well. But the other ones, they're just not. Graz is just a step ahead of everyone. And I think everybody should be subscribing to Graz. He's very, very good. Right. I hope that's enough for you, Graz. Seriously. There you go, Graz. I've done it. And I'm not happy about it. I would have rathered to. What are the other punishments on here? I would have rathered to sit down and do nothing for 20 minutes. But anyways, let's get into this week's tips, I suppose. Melbourne vs Collingwood on the Friday night. I reckon this is the hardest game to tip of the year so far. At the G, I wanted to go, but I wasn't. My mum's working. So we weren't able to go, and I just can't not tip the Pies. The Ds, I know they were very good, but I've tipped the Pies by 21. The Ds, they were great against Freo, but I just can't tip against my own side here. Like, we've won 10 in a row. I have to tip us. I just have to. I'm a Collingwood supporter. I've got to tip us. But I see this game going either way, and I feel like the team that wins will win by about 20 points. I don't think it's going to be a close game, but it's the hardest one to tip this round, I reckon. Maybe of the year. Like, it's just such an unpredictable game. I wouldn't be surprised if the D's won. I wouldn't be surprised if we won. But let's hope we keep our winning streak alive, and it's the clash for the top two. Whoever wins will be second, so it's an important game as well. But I do have the Pies getting up by 21. I just cannot tip against us, considering how good we've been. And I wouldn't really be a true supporter to not tip us in this game. We beat them earlier in the year, and we're going to do it again. Hawthorn versus Gold Coast. at UTAS Saturday at 1:45. I've got the Hawks getting up by 24. I just feel like it's the end of the season. The Suns they've done what they've could. They've done enough to satisfy the AFL, the media. That'll do. And I feel like they're going to drop off a bit now and lose the last couple of games of the season. And I've got the Hawks getting the job done by 24. It's a pretty irrelevant game though. To be fair, no teams can make the 8. It's a boring game. Next one, GWS versus Essendon at Giants Stadium Saturday at 2:10. There's been a couple of close games in the past few years against GWS and Essendon. I remember the one where I think it was Callum Ward kicked the winning goal for a high free kick. But I've got this being another close one. I got the Dons winning by 4. I reckon they were pretty good against North. They smashed North actually, so they were quite good against North. GWS, they lost to, let me just double check, they lost to Sydney and they played pathetically to be fair, but I sense a bit of a rivalry between these two teams considering the games over the last couple of years. They've been pretty close, and I reckon, this will be another close one, even though the Giants are a very, very bad team at the moment. But I'm going for the Dons by 4. Then at the twilight game, we've got Bulldogs taking on the Dockers at Marvel Stadium. I've tipped the Dockers by 26, but I just don't know. The Dogs, it's probably a game that they need to win, but I just can't see them getting over the line. I just had like a squeak in my mouth. I don't know why. That was weird. But anyways, I've tipped the Dockers, but I can see the Dogs winning. And at Marvel, they've been good at Marvel though, the Dockers this year. I just don't know though. This is a hard game to tip, but I'm gonna go with the Dockers by 26. They should win. If they don't, well then they're in a bit of they're no chance for top 4. Geelong versus St Kilda Saturday night at GMHBA. I think everyone will be tuning into the other game, apart from Geelong and St Kilda fans. I got the Cats winning by 36. I think they'll get up to about 60 points at one stage, and then the Saints will be terrible all game until the last quarter. They'll kick about 4 or 5 goals to reduce the margin to 36 points. Geelong, they'll just take hold of the Saints, so it should be a pretty boring game to be fair. Then Port Adelaide versus Richmond, the other Saturday night game at Adelaide Oval. I've tipped the Power by 12. I reckon that the Power can get the job done here. They were decent against Collingwood. They weren't, too great, but they were decent. And I reckon they'll get the job done. Richmond, this is a must-win for them, but when Richmond are playing games that they need to win, they never do. So I'm tipping the Power by 12 in this one. Then North Melbourne versus Sydney, probably the most irrelevant game of the round. Actually, Hawthorn Gold Coast probably is, but Sydney, it's not irrelevant because Sydney need to win to make sure they can make the top 4. Anyways, I said anyways twice, now 3 times. Sunday 1:10 at Marvel. So I've got the Swans winning by 43. I don't think I really need to talk about this game. It's North, come on. Then the Sunday 3:20, the last 2 weeks have been thrillers at Sunday 3:20, and this one could be another one. At the Gabba, we've got Brisbane taking on Carlton. Both teams coming off disappointing losses, especially the Blues. And then Brisbane, they coughed up a very, very bad lead. And Carlton, they could drop out of the 8. They play Brisbane this week, then Melbourne, and then Collingwood. So they have a tough draw. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped out. But I'm going to tip the Lions by 16. I feel like the Lions, they'll be too strong. They'll want to get back into the top 4. So they will make sure that they do win this game. Last game of the round, we've got West Coast and Adelaide at Optus at 4:10 on the Sunday as well. I've got the Eagles winning by 12. The Crows, they're not very good away from home, and the Eagles, I wouldn't say they're very good at Optus, but it's at Optus, and I reckon the Eagles will get the job done, even though Adelaide are coming off a great win against the Blues. I reckon, they're inconsistent, Adelaide. I can't see them winning 2 in a row, so I'm gonna tip the Eagles in this one. So that is it. Those were my tips. What are we doing now? The margin comp game for this week is Melbourne versus Collingwood on the Friday night. So make sure you get your tips in. Leave a punishment as well. And if you do win the margin comp, I will do your punishment. Let's go the Pies. But now we have to do the footy cards for this week. Alright, so for the footy cards, we have a pack and an album. So I reckon first we crack open the album. Well, we can't really crack it open, but you know what I mean. So we'll open this one up and hopefully we get the Collingwood prize card. But as long as we don't get a double prize card. Yeah, so let's see. Who is the prize card? Oh my, all the stuff's falling out. I'm not going to show off all that. Here we go. Who's our prize card? It is Chad Wingard, it looks like. So I don't like Chad Wingard, but that's not a bad one to get. At least it isn't. There's the stupid Macca's thing. But yeah, there it is. Chad Wingard. We'll grab it out so it's easier to see. And it's not a bad one. There it is, right there. There's the back. Yeah, that's not a bad one to get. So this album is going to be for my star powers. I'm going to try and get the whole set, even though I know that I won't. But now let's get to the exciting part, opening up the pack. Let's hope for something good, because my streak of not getting anything good continues. So we've got Tom Duday, Shea Bolton, and it's a footy flips from the Mighty Pies. I've already got this one, but that's a nice double to get. You definitely take that. So let's go through that one. We've got Jamie Elliott. Who's this? Darcy Moore, it looks like from the back, from the camera. Isaac Quaynor, and that's Jeremy Howe. So yeah, and then there are our comments. We got Tay there as well, so that's pretty good. He's out for the season, unfortunately. But that is all for the footy cards for this week. So yeah, not too bad. You definitely take it. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, margin and punishment for the Collingwood Melbourne game, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah, bye.